Republican Congressman Pete Sessions of Texas, a member of the House Oversight Committee, joining us now from Washington. Congressmember, welcome to The Story Is for the first time.
Thank you very much. It is our first time to be with you, and you know, you're in Los Angeles and I'm in Washington, and I wish I were in the sun.
Well, open invite. You got to come join us on set, and then we'll take you around maybe to the beach next time you're in town. But let's talk about this serious issue of immigration. We just heard from Tom Homan today this idea of drawing down folks in Minnesota. Is drawing down agents a good thing? Is it time to change tactics around the country? Because these agents could be going somewhere else. Should they go somewhere else, or should we change tactics at this point?
Well, I think that the entire matter has been under review, and I think it should be. And I would like to say that I think there should be better balance on both sides. I think that certainly Homeland Security wants to reevaluate how they do what they do. They've got agents that are put in the line of danger. They have agents that can be worn down with repeated attempts against them. So it's not a positive thing for Homeland Security. On the side of what we as members of Congress want, I think that at least, and I'm a Republican, I want balance. I think it's appropriate for the federal government to have a role in taking out those people, perhaps who come across illegally, but for sure criminals that are in our neighborhoods, wherever they are in the United States, whether that be in what might be a blue state or a red state. And then I think that the people who are in these areas who do not wish that ICE to be doing the job they're doing, even they need some balance. They need some balance to know that local law enforcement would be there to protect them, but they have rights and responsibilities, and those responsibilities extend to the way that they're interfering with federal law enforcement. So I think all of this is a time to take a time out, a delay, reassess, and it's my hope that Tom Homan, who is a friend of mine, will be able to articulate to us what is that new mission, what does it look like, and I think it's in everybody's best interest.
And what does balance look like for you? Because now we're going to have this 2-week window to try to negotiate some sort of deal for funding the Department of Homeland Security. What are maybe concessions you would make, or what are changes you'd like to see as a Republican that you'd be comfortable voting for to create the balance that you want?
Well, that's a good question. Let me say this. The balance also comes, we've got to accomplish it, because FEMA and other agencies, the Coast Guard, are right in this funding also, and it would be a bad thing if we cannot reach some kind of compromise. So what would that look like to Pete Sessions? That would look like the Department, Homeland Security, saying, okay, we will put cameras on people and we will videotape that, and it will be something that they will have to explain, not just their actions, but someone could review that. And I think that could be positive. But I think on the corresponding side that we would want to say, please don't allow us to have to come into contact with people who hold real strong opinions against what Homeland Security was doing. And I think separating that would be just as important as knowing the conduct of the agents. Next, I think there's a question about the masks, or people wearing these masks. The identity of people is what is behind that. And I think that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So as long as people who would be engaging them or coming there could not wear a mask, I think I could handle that. Is that a balance that Mr. Homan wants to do? I don't know. But I think that correspondingly on each side of this, the balance is what is important.
So you basically would only support a ban on masks if protesters also had a ban on masks?
Well, wouldn't that be fair to you?
Well, I'm not getting a check from the federal government.
I know. Well, you're also you're also. I'm trying to create a balance, and you see, I think members of Congress would err on the side of trying to make sure that the job is being done, but without harassment also, and they should not be harassed when they're off duty. They should not be. They should have a professional conduct on duty, but not to be harassed when they go back home or their families. So I think that correspondingly it would be a fair thing. I didn't say this is what would happen. I'm simply saying when you ask, well, what does Pete Sessions thinks balance is? I think balance is both sides being equal in the equation.
And that's what negotiation is all about. And I'm glad that there is a conversation about this, and that's going to be happening over the next few weeks. Pete Sessions, thank you so much for joining us and having part of that conversation here with us on The Story Is. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.